You heard what's going on, y'all. It's your boy JGM Wrestling back out here with another wrestling reaction video. And in today's video, we better be reacting to Cultaholic's 10 biggest WWE stars to never win the Royal Rumble. Winning the Royal Rumble actually means a big thing, bro. It's a big deal to a lot of people. And there are some superstars that are actually big that didn't get a chance to win that. CM Punk is one of them. If I'm not mistaken, he never won one. So the fact that he was very close to win, and they're putting him in the storyline with Roman and Seth Rollins, which is, don't get me wrong, that's dope. He never had a chance to win a Royal Rumble. So just like Jey Uso, who finally had a chance to actually get this opportunity, there are stars just as big as CM Punk that never got this. So let's see what Cultaholic got to say.
Jey Uso is the latest WWE star to win the Men's Royal Rumble match, punching his ticket to a WrestleMania World Title bout. For some, Main Event Jey ranks among the least likely Rumble winners ever, especially when considering some of the major stars and all-time greats that never received the honor. There is a roll call of legends and Hall of Famers who never won the Rumble, even if they did come tantalizingly close and in some cases headlined WrestleMania anyway. I'm Adam Pacitti from Cultaholic Wrestling, and these are the 10 biggest WWE stars to never win the Royal Rumble. Join us. Number 10, Diesel. After years of being misused or otherwise outright overlooked in WCW, Kevin Nash must have been made up to see how well he was booked in his first WWE Royal Rumble appearance. Half a year after Nash as Diesel made his WWE debut as the bodyguard of Shawn Michaels, Big Daddy Cool entered the 1994 Rumble at number 7 and scored 7 eliminations during an 18-minute run that was considered the 7-footer's breakout performance. It took the combined efforts of 5 people to eliminate Diesel, who may not have won the match, not that he was really ready to anyway, but his run helped get him over with the WWE audience in a big way. So big, in fact, that Diesel was the reigning and defending WWE champion at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view a year later. He had lost it by the time the 96 Rumble came around and entered the eponymous Battle Royal, determined to secure himself another crack at the gold at WrestleMania. Diesel again looked dominant here, eliminating 5 people before finding himself one-on-one with Michaels when HBK played a little sweet chin music and won the Rumble for the 2nd year on the bounce. Number 9, Eddie Guerrero. The late great Eddie Guerrero only wrestled in 2 Royal Rumbles during his WWE career, since he arrived too late for the 2000 Rumble, was injured when the 2001 one came around, had been released come 2002, and was battling nephew Chavo in 04. That left just the 2003 Rumble, which occurred during the period he was teaming with Chavo, and 2005, which took place half a year after he had lost his one and only WWE Championship. In 03, Latino Heat was very much a mid-card player who had yet to fully break out of the pack, while 2 years later, Eddie was a top star but sort of in a transitional period between main event runs. Guerrero did win a truncated Rumble on WWE television, mind you, when he outlasted 14 other SmackDown stars on the January 29, 2004 edition of the show, which granted him a WWE title opportunity against Brock Lesnar at No Way Out. Eddie surely would have been among the favorites to win the 2006 Rumble, but sadly he passed away just 2 months beforehand. Close friend Rey Mysterio would go on to win the match in his honor. Number 8, Mick Foley. Mick Foley has had a lot of memorable matches at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view and has been responsible for his fair share of memorable moments in the Royal Rumble match itself, but the WWE Hall of Famer never came close to actually winning the thing. As Mankind, he was eliminated by The Undertaker in 1997 after he himself had eliminated Terry Funk and Rocky Maivia. A year later, Foley decided to increase his odds by entering as not just Mankind, but also as Dude Love and Cactus Jack, but to no avail. In 1999 and 2000, Foley competed in 2 remarkably violent WWE title matches, putting in incredible performances against The Rock and I
Right, and he became a big star after this too, and he still never won one, which is crazy.
Quit match and then taking Triple H to the limit in a street fight. In 2004, he eliminated Randy Orton and himself to continue their feud, while in 2008 and 2012, he was a nostalgia entry there for a pop. Foley did get to main event WrestleMania despite never winning the Rumble, when Linda McMahon added him to the WWE title match in 2000. Number 7, Kane. WWE Hall of
Low-key, they dropped the ball on that one, because Kane should have won one at least.
Famer Kane is quite the Royal Rumble record setter. Glenn Jacobs holds the record for most total Royal Rumble appearances at 19, though one of those was as fake Diesel. The big Big Red Machine is also responsible for the most eliminations of all time, tossing up 46 of them over the course of his dominant career. Kane is synonymous with the Royal Rumble match and has gotten to the Final Four on several occasions, including in 2000, 2003, 2008, and 2015. In 2001, it came down to Kane and eventual winner Steve Austin, which is the closest the mayor of Knox County ever came to winning the thing. It's hard to say if there was a year where he would have been a good choice for winner, as Kane never really factored into the main event scene come WrestleMania time and never actually challenged for or defended a world title on the grandest stage. And no, the ECW title doesn't count, obviously. Number 6, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho just about did it all during his WWE career, winning countless titles as he made history as both the man with the most Intercontinental Championship reigns and the first ever undisputed champion. But for all the title reigns and other accolades, a couple did elude Y2J. He never won the King of the Ring tournament, and he never won a Royal Rumble. Jericho has been in 10 Rumbles and has looked mighty impressive in several of those. In 2017, for example, he entered at number 2 and lasted an hour, making the Final Four and eliminating Sheamus and Cesaro before being chucked out by Roman Reigns. Jericho also made the Final Four in 2004, where he was eliminated by The Big Show and was the runner-up to Sheamus in 2012, with many people at the time arguing that he should have won instead. But he didn't, and the now AEW star probably never will. He has headlined WrestleMania, of course, having dropped the undisputed title to Triple H in 2002's Show Closer. Number 5, Daniel Bryan. Even mentioning the words Daniel Bryan and Royal Rumble in the same sentence is bound to give some WWE fans a case of PTSD. The American Dragon famously didn't enter the 2014 Rumble match, which resulted in the 15,000 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania that night completely turning on the show and booing the hell out of eventual winner and supposed babyface Batista. It was so bad that WWE were practically forced to add Bryan to the WWE title main event of WrestleMania 30. WWE thought they had figured things out a year later when they had Bryan enter at number 10 and last 10 minutes before being eliminated by Bray Wyatt. Needless to say, WWE had not figured things out with this booking decision, and fans voiced their displeasure at Bray's elimination for the remainder of the contest. Bryan had previously entered in 2011 and 2013, being eliminated by CM Punk and Kane respectively, but that was really before the Yes movement had become too big to ignore. He last entered a proper Rumble in 2021, where he lasted just shy of half an hour before being axed, but did go on to headline Night 2 of WrestleMania 37 in a triple threat Universal title match with Roman Reigns and Edge. Number 4, Randy Savage. It was a bit of a mixed bag when it came to Randy Savage and the Royal Rumble, as the Macho Man often let personal vendettas blind him to his pursuit of the world title while
It's one of the strongest things in the world. If you know, you know.
on other occasions, it felt like he'd completely forgotten or didn't know the rules of the match itself. Savage entered 5 Rumbles, including the second ever one in 1989, where he was accidentally eliminated by supposed friend Hulk Hogan. A year later, Randy managed to eliminate Jake Roberts, but was thrown over by Dusty Rhodes, while in 1991, he no-showed the match after costing the Ultimate Warrior his world title earlier in the night. The Macho Man made the Final Four in 92, though he really shouldn't have been allowed to remain in the ring after essentially eliminating himself while going after Roberts. In 93, Savage got the golden number 30 spot, but was flung out and had to settle for second place after inexplicably going for a pin on winner Yokozuna. A year later, his WrestleMania main event dreams were crushed, the irony of it all, but at that point, Randy wasn't really considered the same level of star he had been just a couple of years earlier, and the odds of him winning the Rumble were low. Number 3, Kurt Angle. Though he was only in WWE for a little under 7 years during his first run with the company, Kurt Angle managed to do pretty much everything there was to do in that time. The only thing Angle never managed to do, really, was win the Rumble.
And y'all do not call him Perk Angle anymore. It's Prime Angle. Let's settle down now.
Kurt only entered 4 Rumbles during his WWE tenure, as he was competing in singles matches, including 3 world title bouts on the other occasions. His first Rumble in 2002 saw him enter at the number 26 spot and make it to the final 2, but there was nobody stopping the Triple H comeback from a quad tear train. In 2004, he finished 3rd after being 86th by The Big Show. The year after, Angle stole Nunzio's number number before the match and entered at number 20, but lasted less than a minute before Shawn Michaels booted him out. As for anyone who put money on the Hall of Famer in 2019, well, I've just launched a new meme coin that I'd love to talk to you about. Number 2, CM Punk. CM Punk was one of the favorites to win the 2025 Royal Rumble, but entered at number 24 and had to make do with...
I am not gonna lie. I wouldn't have been mad if it was CM Punk or John Cena as the final two, right? I would not have been mad. I don't know. You could have... I really don't know how you could do it. You could have... Because John Cena's a heel now, it works out. They kind of save themselves in a way and allows Punk to feud against Seth Rollins, even though we saw it on Netflix. And if you're watching this now, we saw it this Monday Night Raw. So, like, if you add Roman, it's a big deal. Now, could this be the main event of night one? I'm not sure, because the point of Royal Rumble is to main event of WrestleMania for gold. So, Jey Uso is very over, but so is CM Punk. Jey Uso is over with the kids, and Punk is over with a more mature fan base. So I think that's what's going on, where the storyline's gonna... Bro, he might win next year. Like, low-key, he could potentially win next year. Just if he goes good and he doesn't get injured, he's gonna win next year. Giving it to Jay was definitely a shock value of what we received compared to it being John. Then when it was Elimination Chamber, you honestly had a back and forth where it was really good. And the way how it ended, it made sense, right? It continues on more storylines, and John Cena finally getting the victor to become the heel of the match instead of having a babyface versus a babyface. So Punk not winning this Royal Rumble kind of worked. I giving it to Jey Uso was just possibly just for the Yeet movement. Don't get me wrong, I love Jey. It's dope and it works. The Yeet movement is big. When I went to SmackDown and Raw before, like, it was a big deal. So I get it. But, dude, Punk definitely got to win one. I think he might win one this next upcoming Royal Rumble.
With 4th place after being bundled out by Logan Paul.
You know what I hope, though, low-key? If I'm not mistaken, isn't Royal Rumble going to Saudi Arabia and next year? So I hope they don't give it to Logan. Like, I really hope they don't, bro.
That was the straight-edge superstar's 8th attempt to win the Rumble, something he has come close to doing on a couple of occasions. In 2024, for example, Punk finished runner-up to back-to-back winner Cody Rhodes, though he did tear his triceps in the process. A decade prior, Punk entered at number 1 and put in a hell of a shift, lasting just shy of 50 minutes and notching up 3 eliminations as he made it to the final 4, only to be eliminated by Corporate Kane, who had already been eliminated by Punk earlier. The former WWE champion famously walked out of WWE the very next night. Before that, Punk had made moments in the Rumble but hadn't exactly looked like a probable winner, whereas in 2012 and 2013, years he could have been a realistic pick, Punk was defending his WWE title. CM Punk could yet win the Royal Rumble in the future, but for now, it remains missing from his resume. Number 1, the Ultimate Warrior.
That's the funny thing. He don't need it to have his popularity go higher, but he needs it just to stamp it in. He needs 2 things, bro. WrestleMania main event and a Royal Rumble win. That would be fire, but I think all of us would really prefer the WrestleMania main event because he does deserve that.
The difference between the Ultimate Warrior's 2 Royal Rumble match appearances demonstrated just how far Jim Hellwig's creation had come within a couple of years. In 1988, Warrior entered the first ever 20-man televised Rumble at number 18 and lasted just under 4 minutes before being eliminated by Dino Bravo. He skipped 1989 to have a totally heterosexual pose down with Rick Rude, but came back to the Rumble with a vengeance in 1990 as one of the favorites. Entering at number 21, Warrior eliminated or helped to eliminate 6 people, which included evening the score with Dino friggin' Bravo before squaring off with Hulk Hogan in a moment that will live forever in the minds of fans of that era. It was the Hulkster who would prove decisive in Warrior's elimination when he accidentally took him out of the match with a clothesline as Rick Rude and the Barbarian were trying to tip Warrior over the top.
Man, I don't even care about Hulk anymore at this point. Shout out to Cultaholic for making a dope video, man. It's crazy how these are all big stars, bro. Even Ultimate Warrior at the time, but these were all, like, in my generation, CM Punk, Chris Jericho, who else? Kane was another one too. Daniel Bryan. Like, those guys didn't really run a Royal Rumble when there was a point when they were really over. Like, Kane winning a Royal Rumble would have been dope to ignite a feud between the Undertaker. You understand? Like they didn't have to do that, but that could have been cool, right? So, and then Daniel Bryan, you know, getting cheated out of the 2 Royal Rumbles that he could have gotten, and that we could have had the whole yes movement earlier, but things played out the way how they played out. But yeah, this was a dope video, man. Go give this video a like, and if you haven't done so already, do me a favor, subscribe to your boy, man. We on the road to 2K subscribers. Shout out to y'all that are watching, y'all showing love. I really appreciate y'all. It helps a lot. On the road to 2K, man. Power bomb that button for me. See you on the next video. Yes, sir. Peace.